Hello, I'm Rin, and I want to talk about my collecting style. I am really good at collecting styles because I come from the world of K-pop before I seriously got into collecting vinyl. And in K-pop, just like vinyl, we gotta figure out what you're gonna collect, what you're not gonna collect, or you will be spending the rest of your life trying to collect everything. So here are what I collect, what I look for, what are my favorite spots in the record store. First things first, what am I actively collecting? Right now, I have three artists. First one being Sparks, as much as their discography as I can. That's where I really love when Friday Music puts them out for Record Store Day, and then when Sparks is like an anniversary edition of an album, because then I, a newer fan, can collect all the back catalog. I'm waiting for Inks in My Pants to get either an anniversary edition or Friday Music puts them out, because Lord, am I not paying $60 for a used copy. I talked about that $60 copy in my record show video. I wish I could have gotten it, but that would have blown my whole budget. First off, again, Sparks, I'm actively collecting. Next is Glenn Campbell. I'm actively collecting his discography. I don't know if I'm going to do 45s. We'll get to my thoughts on 45s. But anything I see, he's usually there for cheap at the record show I went to and in the bargain bins at places I go to. So he's been easy to collect so far. And lastly, Marty Robbins. It started off with the hunt for gunfighter ballads and trail songs, and then that got re-released. And now I think I just want to collect as much of his discography as I can because I love him. There's just something about old country that it's easy to find, it's easy to pick up. I actually got a bunch of free country albums recently. One of the local libraries near me did a retro swap day and then said, hey, Vinyl Club, anything that's leftover records, take as many as you want. So I think I've got almost the entirety in this box over here. Jim Reeves' discography. Do I know him that well? No. Am I willing to dig in? Yes. And then on top of collecting those, I go to the record store, I always look at the hip hop records for Death Grips. I haven't pulled the plug yet, but someday I will buy some Death Grips for my collection. But I love longingly looking at it. And then the punk records I always look for, because I'm always looking at just to stare at Reagan Youth. I like Reagan Youth as a band. I like their music, but their imagery I stumble upon my words because I love this band a lot, but their imagery would make you think someone has other ideological views that they do not. And as far as I can tell, the band does not hold that ideology. It is to make a statement along with the origins of why they picked the name they did. But they are a great band that I don't think I could ever put up here without people thinking, are you a white supremacist? I am not. I am not. I am not. And I am no stranger to variants. And funny enough, saying stranger, this soundtrack, the Stranger Things soundtracks, are why I'm into variants. Vinyl-wise, I was for K-pop and the variants of albums. But taking the plunge in vinyl, it was because of this. This album, aside from being a really awesome red color, it's probably not showing up well unless I take it out, comes with an extra goodie that the other season 4 soundtracks don't. And I saw them on TikTok and was like, ooh, collecting all of the Stranger Things soundtracks and their variants. It's fun, especially the goodie that involves, I think, everybody and Vecna. I do not remember it's in there somewhere. It's buried in there. Maybe I'll show in a later video. But this soundtrack, as I said, is what got me into Variants for vinyl. And then I'm not above TikTok showing me variants that I fall in love with. I own 2 versions of Chaperone's The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. But this is the one that TikTok influenced me to buy. It's pretty, it's stunning. This peach color is absolutely gorgeous on the record player. And fair warning about this version, there are little stars in here, little glitter stars and such. They get everywhere. Totally worth it for such a fantastic album. Variants. Not afraid of them. I don't get variants often for vinyl albums, but I am not afraid to do them. Now on to what I will not collect. Biggest, easiest thing is I'm not really huge into 7 inches. There are little mini 45s. That's the whole point, they're 45s. You get my point. 45s, unless it just so happens to be a full album. Like my Moonwalker album, it is a 12-inch. That is 45 speed. I'm just not interested in them. I'd rather have the song and the rest of the track listing on one album. And then lastly, zoetropes and picture discs. This is the one and only picture disc I've ever bought. I think it might stay that way. What do you do with this? You can't, like, here's the album, here's the record, and see both while you're playing the album. This, you can't really put this on up there. There's no cool artwork to look at because it's on the record. And it's just inconvenient to store. I bought it early on when I got into records and immediately regretted buying it. And then zoetropes. I don't own any zoetropes, but what I want from a zoetrope is the old school zoetropes. Put it on your record player and it spins and it does what it's supposed to do. You see the fun little picture moving. I don't want to have to put on an app and do all that. I ranted about zoetropes in the record store day list video, but my point still stands. Those are the 3 things I absolutely won't collect. But aside from that, I'm open to almost anything that catches my eye. This list isn't as hard and fast as in K-pop, because then you got like other merch outside of albums to worry about to collect. But that is what I collect, don't collect, and how I approach record collecting. I have been Ren, as I wish more people said. Don't forget to be awesome.